Hello. Everything seems to work. Okay. Oh, that's not ideal. Well, whatever. Alright, today I'm doing more animation. I'm gonna do some cleanup for this animation that I did last week and the week before. I've already been working on this for so long. Oh my god. It looks like this. It's very simple. Last time I fixed the body and the arms and now it looks good enough for me. So I'm gonna be doing all the cleanup. I don't know how long it's gonna take me, and I'm gonna do the coloring also. And then we'll see. I don't know if I'll be done for the day or not, or if I'm gonna do more stuff. I don't know. Haven't decided. I just know that I want to do this first. I changed the size of the screen a little bit, so you can't see the timeline at the bottom here. And you can't see all the interface. I don't know if it's better. I don't know if I like it better or not. I'm not sure yet. I might change it again. Anyway. Okay, that was for the sketch. Now, we're gonna do a new animation folder, and we're gonna put a vector layer in there so that it's easier to ink and easier to color also. Do I still have? Yes. Last time I did at the end a little doodle like this of what I'm going to be doing for the layers. And I'm gonna start, as I said, with like the sole of the feet so that they don't move the entire time. And then I'll build on top of that. I'll probably do the feet first and then the body. Just to make sure everything is clean and nice. Alright, I've been doing a ton of animation yesterday. Oh, that's not gonna work very... Oh well, actually it's fine. Because I'm helping on a short film for friends. And I had a bunch of shots to finish for yesterday. And also one that I completely missed last week. I don't know what happened, but I was given 3 shots. I downloaded all 3, and then I put only 2 in my tracker and forgot to send one of the 2 for approval. And this week I was looking at the assignments and I thought, wait, there's 3 listed last week, but I didn't do 3, I did only 2. And that's when I realized. I don't think I'm gonna use this one. I think I used the soft pen, I'm pretty sure. Of course I didn't write it down. That would be too helpful for future me. I usually write down exactly what pen I used for line art and for maybe coloring if it's needed. Because I have too many across different projects, I can't be trusted to remember exactly which one it was for everything. So I'm also gonna make this a lot smaller so I can do this easier. Okay. And that doesn't move the entire time. now. Have I have not named all my layers, some of them only. It's this one. So we want to be in here and do number 2, number 3. Is it creating them? No, it's not creating them. Okay, now it is. 3, and then A, B, C, and D. Just so everything is named the same. And then adding the missing repeating frame. Okay, that's everything. Doing cleanup is my favorite part. But it's always easier to do it on someone else's rough. I don't know why, I just like doing it on other people's things more than on mine. I'm gonna make this one a little lighter. This one. Okay, good. Just so I can see the main one better. And I did also some of the cleanup on Sunday? Yes, on Sunday. Because I got kind of stressed out about the fact that I had so many things I had missed. So I did most of it in one go. When, to be honest, I could have done some of it today on stream. Well, it was technically due yesterday. But next week maybe, I don't know. I want to finish this one for sure today. So that's one of my 2 animation for this project done. And then maybe start the other one, I don't know. Because I have a few other animations for other people, including the one I'm doing entirely on my own from within the veil, like the sequence I'm doing. I've been on this for quite a while now, and I do feel a little bad that it's taking me so long. I mean, there is a lot of stuff to do, but still. And then I want to do more for the Ghost Hunting Club, more animation specifically. had a lot of fun with the Valentine's one when it wasn't driving me insane because I was on a time crunch. But it was still a lot of fun and I want to do more of them. Just have to find dances that suit them, I guess. Like their personalities. This one looks weird. Okay, I guess the thing that bothers me is that it ends up being so high. Okay, a little better. This one is too low. Here is number B. Well, number B. Frame B. It's also not the most practical to do this with a pen that has pressure because some of the lines look weird because of it. I love the look of line art with pressure, but I always find it so hard to do myself. Okay, not bad. I'm gonna remove, whoops, my two little frames. Okay. I like having all the frames created before I start drawing. Sometimes it doesn't really help me. because on the roughs my friend gives me, some of them are duplicated and there's just a few changes, or maybe it's scaled a little bit. And so I have to I make all my frames and then I realize, oh, I'm not gonna redraw the whole pose when there's just like an eyebrow that moves. It just has a different name in the timeline and I didn't notice. So I just delete everything, all the frames that are left, and then start again. I've been looking more closely now. Okay, that works for me. Only 2 left. Yes, it's on this one that it moves. I also haven't done any outlines for the shadows, like here at the neck or here. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that. And the last one. Yeah, okay. It does move on this one. Slightly regretting the white stripe. Oh well. It makes for a cooler design. I don't want to get rid of it. This one definitely doesn't work here. It will be hidden by the arm, but still want it to look nice. I think the other two is stops here. Okay, that's better. That's for the body shape. My question is, do I include... Oh, wrong one. The neck with the body, yes. So I need to do that. And since it's behind the head, I can just do this. And it's gonna look stupid, but that's okay. In these sketches, the neck changes shape and size too much, but in this, it'll be better. Oops. Okay, it works for me. It looks weird with the change in shape at the top, but if you hide that, it actually looks fine. So I'm good with that. Next, I think I'm gonna do the legs, just so it doesn't look like she's floating so much. How do the legs repeat actually? We're here. 2, 3, 4. Oh. And here it's number 1. Okay. And here as well. Keep forgetting that. Technically, this will be 2 different layers because there's one for the sole and then one for the rest of the leg. What I'm gonna do when coloring is put these 2 in one folder. And then, like this. And then under it, I'm gonna create a new folder for the color. And in that folder, I'll do one for this color and one for the color of the sole. and that way everything is separated, but it takes into account both of the line art layers as a reference for coloring. And it stays organized. Because I don't want to copy this for every frame. It's too annoying. I love using vector layers. Makes it so easy to have clean lines. It's an ugly, ugly shape. Okay. I didn't fix the legs despite fixing the body because I thought the problems with it were not too bad. So I could get away with fixing it during cleanup. And it felt a little like doing it twice because the movement works. It's just, it's not very clean, where the movement of the body didn't work. And it was also not clean. So, no. Why does it show only the next one? What? Because it's blue. I forgot about that. I think I know what I've done. Yep. I drew on the wrong layer. It's supposed to be in these two. Yes. I need to lock this one just so it doesn't happen again. Okay. Well. Too bad. I'm just gonna redo it. Not too sure about this. We'll see. Nope. The thing is that with those lines, the change in volume is too much. Like here. Just doesn't really match in terms of shape. Like this, maybe? Oh, that's better. That's way better. Okay, second leg now. We're gonna do this one first. Nope. It's definitely going to be closer to this one, which is the next one, yes. Okay, works for me. Nope. And then the other way. This one doesn't move a lot. This one moves more. And here we're doing this pose. Trying to align all my brain cells. It means we need to stay closer to the blue one and like slightly up. Oops. Okay. I already did a bunch of stuff this morning, so my brain is having a hard time. I think coloring will be way easier. And it's been about 40 minutes, so I should get to coloring actually. I wasn't sure, but I think it'll work. Okay. This one is really ugly. Whoops. Okay, that's a little better. Maybe I should have done a cleaner version. Well, too late now. This one is the most extreme pose on this side. Oops. This one is too high. Okay, that's better. I think this leg works as well, so I'm gonna leave it like that. And here it's this one. Closer to okay. Oops. Nope. We don't want to use the paintbrush for this. Let's see. Let's stay closer to the blue and a little up. Okay. No, it's this way. I think that works. Actually, one thing I should do. It works better without a sketch flashing behind, I think. Okay, it's not perfect, but I'll take it. Now, we've done the soles, the legs, the body and the neck. I think I'm gonna do the head. I think what I want to do next is the head. I know the face is gonna be kind of hard because the features are not very consistent, and I also didn't add the two little lashes in the sketch, but let's see. New vector layer, we're gonna link that. Now my question for the head is this: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, oops, 7. Here we have 1, and here as well. In theory, the face should be easier, but I don't know. I'm gonna put the lines that are finished in a folder together. And not make it as lower the opacity so that I can see what I'm doing better. Okay, here we are. I don't have to do the hair with this. I don't have to worry about that for now. Yeah, because the shape changes so much between them. I think I made it quite round, but here it's a lot more pointed, which it shouldn't be, really, considering, well, a little bit actually. Did I stop my alarm? Oh, it's not on yet. Okay. I need to remember, or it will scare me badly. Not too sure about this. Okay, it works. I wasn't expecting it, but actually it works. Whoop. Okay, now the hardest part. The eyes. And also I need to save. Okay. I could have made her blank at some point. But that's not something I'm gonna do. Oops. I don't like that one. Let's see. On this side, there's something I don't like. This one is way too small. It's kind of weird. Oh, and also, nope. This one doesn't work at all. And for this one, it mostly works, but this is too short. It's much longer in the others. Okay, this one works for me. This one really didn't, so let's see. it really didn't follow the movement of the face before, so I'm trying to change that a little. Because like here, the face goes that way, but the eye doesn't, and it looks like it's moving weirdly. And this one specifically. Will that help? I'm not sure. Oh, it does. Okay. Now. Gonna try to match the shape a little better. This one is also not should be more rounded at the top. Okay, that's better. Probably should have done it like that from the beginning, actually. This one looks good. This one doesn't look too good. Whoops. Even a little bit more, maybe like this. Oh, that's much better. Okay. Is this for a game? It's kind of for a game. Me and my friends are making ourselves as characters as if we were in a video game, but there's not going to be any actual game. And this is the idle animation for the character menu. Well, this one is for the character profile. And I have another one that I haven't started yet, but that will be with this pose, and that will be for the character menu. This would be me in a video game with a cool outfit. Okay, I think it works. I think it works. For the earpiece, I'm definitely gonna be copy pasting it like this beer. Okay. Sounds like a cool concept, not gonna lie. Thank you! I think you may have seen, if you're on TikTok, maybe you've seen it. There was a trend of people dressing themselves up as if they were in various games that already exists. Like taking from your closet and making an outfit you'd wear in Last of Us, in, I don't know, Mario Kart, in whatever game you like. And they were doing this sort of little idle animation, but it was just people posing. And we thought it was really fun, and we wanted to do something similar, but not quite the same. Also, I need to lock that, and it goes on top. Okay. Next. I think I'm gonna do the spear. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Tack, tack. Yeah, no, that's way too big. Somewhere in the middle. Okay. For this, I think I'm gonna just cover it with the hands. Just so I don't have to erase any parts of it. Haven't seen that on TikTok, but again, most of my feed is cat memes. It does sound like a lot of fun as an art project. It is. Also, I completely understand wanting to look at cute cats on TikTok. There are so many. They're all so cute. My friend Aya, who's also in the group, suggested we do this. And so what we've been doing so far is designing our characters individually. She made us a style guide for the colors, the line art, like what kind of brushes to use. This one is a little long. All of that. And then we were free to design ourselves however we wanted. So I have kind of a space, very limited space theme and a cool spear. My friend Peachy did more of a magical girl theme. All of that. And then what we do is the animations. Most of us do our own. I'm just gonna do someone else's because not all of us like actually animating, which is fine. But we still did our own design individually. Also, y'all had this plan planned. Yes. There's even, I don't think I can show it. There's even a cool spreadsheet that I made with cute colors and everything. So we can track what's done and what's not done. All of that. The thing is, there's 6 of us. So if things aren't tracked somewhat in some amount of detail, it all gets lost and nothing gets done. Because we obviously do other things, not just this. So it needs to be planned out. Perfect. Does it look like the reference? Mostly yes, just these two. Actually, I shouldn't have done it this way. Maybe like that? That works. Okay. And this one, I'm going to move. I am not redrawing this. Why is there a little line here? Oh no. Okay, so far we're following the movement well. That's cool as heck. I don't think I've ever planned things out like that before. Not even in art school. Me and my friend who also draws usually are like, let's do memes, profile pictures, every few holidays, and that's the extent of our projects. Okay, the thing is, I love making spreadsheets and trackers and like organizing things. So to me it's like part of the fun to make the spreadsheet and organize the stuff. So that's not really how every project works. And also we've all been trying to like make bigger projects and more ambitious stuff, and that needs tracking. But I completely understand that it's kind of extreme. When we were doing the film, because most of us in school worked on the same film, I had a huge spreadsheet. Actually, I can show this one. I had a huge spreadsheet for the entire film. Everything was in it. I'm gonna show the... it looked like this. So basically this is for each background, and we have the same for each shot. We have each step of the process with whether it's to be done, being done, needs review, needs retakes, or done, like finished. All the feedback, but usually this would extend much further as we write into it. This is how easy or difficult it is, because we had all our shots and backgrounds organized by difficulty. So when we would start the animation or the background painting, we started with the easy ones or the medium ones, so that you start with the simple things and just progress as you go. And it was just a whole thing, and there was an additional column with the names of everyone. I've removed it because this is for my personal project tracking, but there was an entire other column with who was doing what, all of that. And now that I have this, I can just reuse it for other projects. So the current one looks like this. And there's two animation, it's here. There's the backgrounds, which I called UI because it's a user interface really. And who's doing what and what step it's at. And actually this needs, no, it's this one that needs to be changed. Bam. And like how much is done, percentages of progress, all of that. I love making these. I could make many more. I usually do one per project. Love that. I love my spreadsheets. Anyway. It's a power I wish I had. Making spreadsheets in animation college killed me. had to do them for certain projects and classes that required them. It's really good to keep track of everything when you're doing bigger projects and working with a lot of people. Yes. We weren't required to have a specific kind. And it was just for the film. For previous years, we would just work as we wanted. But for the final year, they wanted us to have some sort of organization. But we didn't have any classes on it. We didn't have any sort of guidance. And I had done a previous degree in communication, marketing, all of that. And we were taught project management a little bit. So I knew how to do those. And I was very scared because the year before mine, some groups had not finished their films because they were like not organized and not handling their time very well. And I was terrified of not finishing ours. Oh, actually, I did something stupid here. So I said from the beginning, we're doing this, really. We're organizing this thing. I don't care if I have to do it all, I will. And we were a group of 8 for the film. Which was a lot of people. And also a composer for the music. And we thought about working with other students mostly for cleanup. But we ended up not doing that. But yeah, I said from the beginning, the spreadsheet will be a thing. Oops. And we finished on time. I've also learned how to make cute spreadsheets now. More cute spreadsheets. Okay. We're gonna rename that, if it will let me, into the line art. It goes on top of what I have so far. What do I do? I'm gonna do the back of the arms, I think. Okay, adding it here. I'm missing the hair. This. Oh, because the arms are on it. Okay, I'll do that later. That's 7 frames. I only did 2 years, have to go back and finish the FOIA program. The program I was taking in a whole class about how studios plan out budgets and such. So we got a ton of work in spreadsheets and budgets planning and allocating. It was kind of enjoyable but very repetitive work. I wish we'd had that. I so badly wish we'd had that. Because that was one of the things that interested me the most. Like, project management, basically. And we didn't have anything on it. And like, sure, we could ask the teachers and stuff, but it's not the same. And I really wanted to have that. Maybe someday I'll take more classes on it. Okay. Does it work? Yes, it does. 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Sorry if I misspell anything, I have dyslexia. No problem. English isn't my first language, so if you misspell anything, I probably won't even notice. What did I say I was doing? Oh yes, the arms. Oh, also, my alarm. good. Thank you for following me. I don't have any cute on-screen announcements yet. It's coming one day. Actually, I need to rename those. And add the very first one here and here. Okay. It's very cool to take classes because you get to see actual costs for big box movies projects. Yes. Like, knowing when you look it up on the internet, it's not the same as knowing where the money actually goes. The teacher I had for that class always kept prices for labor updated as well, so when I first saw how much people were paying animators per project, I was like, damn. Yeah. I don't know how it works in other countries, but in France we have a special sort of status for animators, which is the same as like comedians, if you do theater, all of that. Whether you're an actor or a technician, we're considered as technicians. So technically you're supposed to have like a day rate, what you get paid per day. It's a really complicated system. I haven't worked on any production since graduating, so I don't really know the paperwork around that. Like, I'm not too sure how it works. But some of our teachers were telling us if it's less than this amount, and I don't remember what it was, but if it's less than this amount per day, don't take it. Because it's like not worth it. And it's like, are you serious? That's how much you charge per day? But then there's the whole thing, like, you don't work all the time, obviously. But I was also quite shook when they told us. It's like, oh my god. Okay, so when you do have work, it's very much worth it. But then I graduated during the writer's strike, so you can probably imagine how that went. Okay. For this one I'm inking straight on top because I spent so much time making it better last time. Oh, actually for this, I don't know. Coloring might be annoying. Oh, well there. I'll just spend a little more time coloring that one. But the thing I miss most about going to school isn't really the classes. It's mostly having... The last year we had a huge one big room where everyone worked. And it was super cool. And it was just having like other people around me working also. Not on the same thing, just doing other kind of work. That is strangely loud. It's still, yeah, it's still the same here. Okay. I would love to have a workspace I share with my friends, but that would mean paying a second rent, and that's not possible. Yeah, over here in the US, we have animators guilds that usually take care of civil rights stuff, so that you're paid livable wages. You have to pay to get in. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm aware of the Animators Guild. We don't have that here, because it really doesn't work the same. Because we have, I guess you'd call them unions, but usually they're not dedicated to a specific industry. Like some of them are across different industries. And they're the ones who do protests and give friends the reputation it has. I did my program online only, so I never got to make many friends from it. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I mean, online school definitely has some advantages. Can't deny that, but to me it was a big part of the good points of going to school. Was meeting a ton of people also doing the exact same as me. Do I need to continue that line so far? Maybe. I was not very good at online school. I can only motivate myself to a certain point. And there was also the whole thing, because the administration in my school was trying to be like nice and understanding about the fact that it was a difficult time, which I understand. But at some point, you have to just do things anyway. Because the year only lasts so long, and if you never do assignments or any work, the time will pass anyway. And some of my classmates just didn't want to really do anything and would constantly ask for extensions for deadlines. But the teachers applied the extensions to the entire class, not just the people who asked for it. And so we just had constant extensions for everything, and we just didn't do anything in certain classes. Like in some classes we did 2 or 3 assignments over the entire year, when we were supposed to do like 7 or 8. And it just, some classes felt like a huge waste of time. If I had the chance to do it over, I would have picked a college that was closer to home. The more friends you make when doing animation, the better your networking gets. But it's also fun to be around creativity. Yes. A lot of my classmates I don't really talk to at any point. Like, we're friendly, but we don't speak with any kind of regularity. But it was still very encouraging to be around people doing the same. Especially for classes that I was not very good at. Like, backgrounds. Well, environment design, but it was the backgrounds class. Which was not one of my talents. Not gonna lie, I wish my teachers gave us extensions at times, but my school was very strict. We worked like you're already in the industry, so extensions were rare. Oh. We worked like you're already in the industry, except if you have 4 jobs at once, because you have 4 classes. Which, I mean, maybe some people have 4 jobs at once. I don't wish that for them. I'm gonna have to redraw these. It's gonna be annoying. They weren't like that in mine. And one thing I liked is that there wasn't any competition, in the sense that some schools in France have like, I don't know what it's called, but like a sort of leaderboard, depending on your grades. And the higher you are, the better it is. And if 1 year there's like 100 students, that's year 1. In year 2, they'll only take maybe 75. And if you're in the bottom 25, no matter how hard you work and how good your grades might be, you're not gonna go through. Like, they only have 75 spots for year 2. And if you're not in that range, you just don't go through. And I think that's kind of stupid, because it doesn't really encourage like teamwork and like making friends. Because it's like, well, I have to be in competition with 99 other people because I want to go to year 2, so I need to be like one of the best. And then year 3, it's only 50, and so on and so forth. My school didn't do that, which I'm thankful for, because it would have been very stressful. Some people had day jobs too, which was wild to me because some projects took literal days to do. I know. Some of my friends had jobs as well. I was very lucky that I didn't need to, but I don't know how they did it. I really don't know. It was also of the if it's done kind of mentality. So like, if I'm done with something, it's just finished. I could probably make it better, but I'm not going to, so. It's crazy, because I would think at least if you have good grades, you would get in. Yes! Like, I understand saying, in France we're graded out of 20. So like, if you're in this section, you go through, it's fine. And if you're in this section, you don't. Like, that's okay. It doesn't really limit the number of people you can accept, because you have like space for everyone, but you only take those who reach a certain level. And that's fine, and my school kind of did that, to an extent. But just having a limited number of spots that doesn't fit every student you had in year one is just, it's just so weird. And the school that did that was also 5 years minimum. And mine was 3 years, but I did 4, because I did a foundation year. It's crazy. Oh. Sometimes you need that mentality, though, because you can't be a perfectionist on every project, especially with deadlines. Yes. And I would never work through the night to finish something. Like, if it's 11 at night, and I probably could add more details and make it more pretty and better, but it's 11 at night, and I have to get up at like 6, I'm going to bed. It'll stay like that, and that's just how it is. Like doing all-nighters? Never. I need sleep or I'll cry every time something happens. I have my little planner, my little spreadsheets, and I'm not missing a deadline, but I'm also not losing sleep over it. Okay, it was just one song that was really loud, now it's just back to normal. What's it doing? Okay. I don't know if you're into anime, but I feel like that's what the animators MAPPA need to start doing. Take a rest when you need it type stuff. Yeah. I think for them it's more like, if I take a rest, they'll find someone else to do my job that won't take breaks. Yeah, I've seen a bit about that. It's just weird to me. Okay. How long has it been? An hour 37. Okay. I'm definitely not starting the other one today. I would like to work in anime one day. I think it would be super interesting. But despite a bunch of things I've seen, I really don't know where to start. Because it's so different from anything I've seen so far, and the way the frames are formatted with the different colors and stuff. There's a lot I want to learn about that before I can feel like confident looking for that kind of work. I think one thing that would really help would be finding a project that has that uses this kind of work format with the same sort of guidelines, but just not a professional one. because I'm very stressed doing art for other people as like a job. It's incredibly stressful. Well, I'm stressed out about most things, but specifically for that, it's like I want to know how the guidelines work in a lot of detail. Like know exactly what I'm supposed to do and how it works. What program do you use, by the way? You can always start as a freelancer doing small animation for clients. I'm using Clip Studio Paint. This is version 4. Yes. With like the basic animation features. Because I also use TV Paint, but I haven't opened it in a long time. And I didn't want to struggle with the shortcuts and everything just for this. And for freelancing, yes, but also I think the problem is that most people don't realize the cost and the time it takes to do animation. And so I would need to work for like professional clients, like people who know animation and not just private commissions. And that's a little hard to find. Well, unless you're a senior animator with 7 years of experience. Which all the job postings in France right now, it covers also Belgium, and there are some for England. They're all asking for seniors. How does one animate so easily in Clip Studio Paint? I've always wanted. Used program like Toon Boom before, so it's a head spinner to get. Well, Clip Studio has a lot of features for animation actually. Hang on, I'm gonna show you. It's this one, and it's this. Because basically I have a timeline at the bottom. Well, you can see it's not the right screen. I have my timeline here, and on the left I have a bunch of folders. And it's just Clip Studio. I don't know if you've used it before, but it has what's called vector layers. Whoops. And so if I do this and I want to erase something, I can do this. And I don't have to like go and erase really close and make sure my line is clean. No, I can just whoop. It's so practical. What's just a little annoying is the onion skin only covers the previous frame and the next frame. It doesn't cover like 2 or 3 or 4. And I've looked and I don't think I can change that, at least not easily. It's not in the options at least. And for camera movements, it's really weird. Because if I have 3 frames, and this one has a movement to this side, it will move the next frame as well. Which is so weird. And I had a situation in another shot where I moved one of the backgrounds and it moved all the others, and I just could not figure out how to put them back. So I just deleted everything and put this one in a separate layer. Does it auto add frames when you draw? No. So like if my frame is 3 exposures and I draw on the second one, it will stay 1 block. I think there's an option to change it, but I don't use that because it's annoying. It has the basics for animation basically. It's not super powerful, but you can do kind of a lot of stuff. And if you have the Pro version, you can only do 1 second. And if you have the EX version, which I have, you can do unlimited. As long as the program can handle it at least, because after a while it just struggles. Let's be real. But what I really wish it had is the harmony thing with like the line, the color, the overlay and the underlay, and that's just one layer. That was so practical. And it made coloring so easy. So easy. I miss that. I really miss using that. But the subscription price for Harmony is a little too much for me. Oop, I'm gonna put that back like this and like this. I don't want it to stick to the side. Okay, that works. And we're gonna lock it so I don't accidentally move my screen off screen, because that is very likely to happen when I'm not looking. Yeah, low-key miss Harmony too. I heard that OpenTunes is kind of like that, so you might want to check that out. Yes, I do have it on my computer. I've read part of the documentation, but it's so complicated. It's so hard. And like, I know I need to just push through the initial difficulty, that once I have like the basics it'll be easier, but there's so much and it looks so different than anything I've ever used. Okay, I thought I was gonna sneeze, but no. It's pollen season, so. But yes, I've been looking into OpenTunes. And one thing that's really motivating me to learn is you can do the themes for the program however you want. So if I want, I can have cute pink or yellow software and it'll just look so cute. So I'm very excited for that. Which doesn't have anything to do with actually drawing in the program, but it's gonna be pink. Well, it's probably gonna be yellow. The last part of open source software, hard to get into, yeah. Especially when you can do so much with it. Because I was looking and you can do like puppets in OpenTunes, which is pretty cool. I only did one in Harmony, and it was quite difficult to get into. We only did the front pose. We were supposed to do like a full turn and then add controllers so we could animate it more easily, but then it didn't happen. We just did the front pose. And to be honest, we did it mostly through tutorials rather than the actual class we have, so that was a whole thing. But it's interesting, we just never used it. We never animated with it or anything. And I'd love to try. I think having fun themes is a must, because it motivates you. So when you have little figures in all over your room. Yes! I have a one-piece shrine, kind of. Because I have my tablet is here, my second screen is here. That's my little hand, my little pencil. Here there's a window for like the outside world and stuff. And in this side, there's all the One Piece wanted posters. I go up the wall, and there's a bunch of fan art on this whole section. And I have two little figurines of Usopp and Otama. It's just the shrine. Very much the shrine. But I like it. I want to get more figurines. Of Usopp specifically. He's my little blobbo. me, but I have character collections for Sun and Moon from Five Nights at Freddy's and Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. I collect figures and plushies. Nice. Very nice. That's what makes a good workspace. Having a ton of cute stuff. It's the most important thing. My stuff is mostly paper because we don't have a lot of space. So having stuff I can put on the walls is easier than like objects. But I intend to one day have like one of those desks where you have your screen and then a small shelf under it with a ton of little figurines and stuff. That would be so cute. And of course that would be my second screen and my tablet would be in front, so I wouldn't see them all the time, but I would know. They're still here. I've seen some really cute setup, mostly on TikTok, but it's for games usually, where you don't need to move your screen. I can't have too much stuff on my desk because I move my tablet around all the time, and I have already knocked a glass of water that was like over half a liter, so I'm being very careful now. Did it on stream too, just so everyone knew. I'll have to move my desk soon also, which I'm not looking forward to. Because right now it blocks part of the window, so we can only open half. It's fine in spring, but we're gonna melt in summer. It's gonna be way too warm. Whoops. Alright, let's see. This one at the bottom looks horrible. But I think it works with the hands. Because I remember struggling on this for ages, but I'm not changing it again. It will look slightly wonky, and that's just how it is. Animation setups are pretty much the same. I should know. I have 2 monitors and a screen tablet because I need the extra monitor to multitask while animating in 3D modeling. I would love to have 3 monitors, but so far I can only fit 2 on my desk with how everything is currently set up. But one day I will. And good luck for 3D animation modeling, because been there and I did not like it. I really wish I did, but 3D and me don't really get along, especially when it's through Maya. That was not my favorite software, for sure. It's a pain 3D modeling. Maya's complex for no reason. Yeah. I liked modeling better than animation, but I also never went really far with modeling. It was only ever for either very simple models that we wouldn't use to animate or to make backgrounds for drawing on top of them. So we never exported anything as models to use in anything else. We never got to like rigging textures, all of that, we never did. So modeling was kind of fun. Animating in 3D was my worst enemy. Because we had like the whole do the poses, and then there's the curves, and Maya will make the in-betweens all by itself, which is cool. And I could do the keys pretty well. Never looked good, but it was decent. But then there was the curves. And every time I would edit the curves, it looked worse. And worse and worse and worse. So I just think there's something. It's too much like math, and I'm allergic to math. And it just didn't work. I couldn't do it. My strategy was to take very, very detailed notes on what the teacher would like present to us, because he'd do the entire thing in front of us and then we had to do it on our own. And he did it in like 2 hours and we had like 4 weeks. The entire time he was talking, I was writing down every single detail of what he was doing. Like he clicked in this menu, this option, this here, to just have a complete description, like a complete list of steps of exactly what I had to do. Because if I missed a step, I was completely lost. No hope of fixing it on my own. I have a 3D focus, so I took a lot of the 3D animation, modeling, texturing classes. It's fun but a lot of work, and honestly, if you don't like 3D modeling, trust me when I say rigging is worse. That's what I've heard. Apparently it's not a very popular thing to do, rigging. I've heard a lot of people say it's very difficult, yeah. I had to take classes, a few 3D classes, but I was doing 2D. And during my foundation year, I was hesitating a little bit between going to 2D or 3D. But the thing that made me decide is like, I like drawing. Not really, I like animating and animation, but I like drawing first. And it's just what I wanted to do. And 3D doesn't really have that, obviously. So that's what made me choose. As someone who's taken rigging classes, I say this with my whole chest. It's something I would pay someone else a ton of money to do if I had the funds. Fair. Fair. It's a sign that you really don't like it. It's not just, oh, it's annoying, but it's okay. It's, oh my god, I wish I would never have to do this again. This was me in 3D animation classes, like, oh my god. Again. We're doing another one. To be honest, the making a 2D rig was also really annoying. It wasn't hard, it was just annoying. And I never animated anything with it, so I don't know if that's more fun or not. But I want to try. I made, when I was doing the rig, we could choose whatever we wanted. Because we'd done a few assignments in class for that. But I thought mine wasn't great, so I wanted to make a new one, and I made one of my little witches. By the way, I like your art style, it's super cute. Thank you! It's my slightly more detailed comic style. where the proportions aren't really real, but that's okay. I finally counted, like added up everything for, because I finished my chapter 9 from my comic, and I've been tracking the time really carefully when I'm streaming and when I'm not streaming. It took 18 hours. 18! I guess it's not that bad, because if I were to make like a chapter a week, 18 hours isn't that much. That was over like a month. I don't know how it took me so long, and yet so little. Like, it's not a huge number of hours, but it still took me a month. Does that include planning panels? Yes, it does. I don't have a script. I do the storyboards at the same time as like come up with the story. I have a rough timeline, but I don't have a detail of this is gonna happen in chapter 12 or 15 or 25. It's just at some point this will happen. So I just do the panels, the storyboards straight up, no script, no dialogue, no nothing. I just do it all at once. And it usually doesn't take me that long, because I think about it for several days before I draw them. But it's the coloring that takes me ages. I spent 7 hours on it. 7! So yeah. For chapter 10, there's stuff I haven't tracked. Because I thought I'd done nothing. I had checked nothing in my spreadsheet. And then I opened the chapter, like the files, and several pages were sketched. Not fully, but most of it, and some I even done line art. And my time tracking was at 0, so it's not gonna be completely tracked, but that's okay. That's cool. I usually take forever in a day to think up story plots and such. I think it's mostly because it lives in my head rent-free all the time. So I'm thinking about it a lot and just coming up with the story. I just don't really write it down or draw it like right away. So when I do end up sitting down to do the storyboards, I've already thought about it so much. But yeah, it can take a while, especially in the beginning when I was trying to be more clean about it. I have another story that I never really did anything with. I have like scripts for it. But it's just, it takes a little too long. And when I'm writing the script, I'm actively thinking, oh, I could draw it that way. So there's no point in writing it. If I'm working alone. If I'm working with other people, I would. But for just me, I don't bother. What time is it? 11:05. Oh my god. And I was so confident that I was gonna be done with this. Okay. That's fine. I'm still gonna finish it this week. If only so I can take it off my to-do list. Just getting longer and longer. And never shorter, for some reason. Like, I am taking things off, I'm doing things, and it's just the same as before. A mystery. if I eat out of nowhere, it's because it's 5 a.m. 5? Oh my god, go to sleep. I should be sleeping, but I'm low-key awake. Oh no. You're one of those people who can stay awake the whole night. I can't do that. I end up falling asleep on whatever I'm doing. I could never. Like, waking up early, no problem. This morning, like 6:10, my alarm was ringing, no problem. But staying up? Oh, impossible. Another reason why I didn't do all-nighters. I just couldn't stay awake. 5 a.m. Oh my god. I'm in the Webtoon Canvas creator server. It's like where you have a webtoon and you've published at least 3 episodes and you can like request access. And it covers all kinds of time zones, obviously. So there's a little group of regular Europeans that come and chat regularly. And there's a regular group of Americans that come and chat regularly. And sometimes I'm here, it's the middle of the day for me and the middle of the night for them. And suddenly someone will pop up like, hey, what are you doing? Like, no, go to sleep. And this time you're not supposed to exist. I take like mini naps and sleep a little during the daytime when I have nothing to do. Oh. A nap person. I can't take naps because I take too long to fall asleep and then I'm just like, oh, might as well get up and do things. I'm just gonna be sitting here waiting to fall asleep. But apparently it's really good, like, it helps. A talent I wish I had. Is it saved? Yes, it has, okay. I don't want to lose what I've been doing the entire morning. Well, I did get some pages done as well. Gotta get in sleep when you can, when you're a night owl. Yeah. It's true that if you're more productive at night, it's so annoying to have to do everything during the day. Like, no, this is the time where I should be asleep. Especially if you're still in doing other classes. It's so much harder to focus. Oh. Can you? Oh no, it doesn't look like you can hear. Okay, good. It's the washing machine trying to escape. Which is gonna make the whole building hate us, but that's fine. It happens to them sometimes. Oh, I forgot to check. Okay, no, we're good. One more. And then I'll just have the hair in the thing. But I'm gonna copy that, so it's gonna be easy. And then I'm gonna go make lunch. I don't know what I'm doing this afternoon. I have to redo the animatic for another thing. Which means exporting a ton of storyboards, and that's boring. And it always takes me a million years. When I was doing classes, I was doing 4 at a time, getting like 4 or 5 hours of sleep at night. Sometimes I would have an energy drink and stay up for a whole day Working on projects. Oh my god. How did you make it? How did you survive? 4 to 5 hours of sleep. Oh my god. I just cry every time something happens that doesn't go my way. Like every inconvenience. I would just sit down and cry. The playback is again all pixelated and weird. I don't know what does it. No, it's not fine even if I remove it. Okay. I don't know why it does that. I really need to look something up and fix it because it's really annoying. Survived on pure spite, but I'm taking a break from school till I have the funds to do it again. Okay. Well, good luck to you when you go back. Especially since school in the US is so expensive. Oh. Okay, we're gonna put this here. Front. Will it work? No, it will not work. Because this one should be at the front. Oh my god. Well, what I'll do... Nope, nope, nope. I need to remove this one as well. Ooh, nope. Tell me about it. I'm in debt because of school. I'm sorry about that. That really sucks. I was very lucky that I didn't have to borrow any money to go to school. Because in France, most art schools are private and cost money. And to give you an example, for my public school, I would pay 500 at maximum, like about 500 a year. But for private school, it was around 8,000, which was a lot more money. And I was very lucky that my parents could pay that for me. But that's not always the case. Some of my friends couldn't. And I think it just makes everything so much more difficult. But it's still never at the scale that I've seen from schools in the US. Because I had looked at some of them that had really good programs that looked really interesting to me, but as someone coming not from the country and not from the state, it would be an insane price. Some of them were as expensive as like my entire education. What? Oh, is it this one that's locked? Yes, it is. That's crazy. 8K per year, I wish. And for us, it was considered very expensive. Like, honestly, for France, it's considered a very pricey education. Okay, this I have, and then the last one. No, not the last one, there's another one after that. Is the hair, which is here. Okay, that's just the first one that repeats. Fine. Yeah, for art school over here, it's like almost 20K per semester sometimes. Yeah. That's insane to me. Like, what? What do you provide that is worth so much money? I mean, I'm not saying some of the programs look really amazing. Especially when I compared the reality of my program compared to what they said we would do, compared to what we actually did. So when I look at other programs and what they say they will do, and I'm thinking, oh, some of this is just not gonna happen, but most of it will. But yeah, no, it was just not something I could really justify. Even though I wish. It's gonna be at the front, so I need to remove that one, and that one will be. So that's good. And I'm gonna finish right on time. I'm so excited to play tomorrow. Crazy. Because I started a new Genshin account. Well, I made a new account, but and I started from the beginning, and I'm having so much fun. And it's a good thing I said I'm only gonna play on stream, because otherwise it would consume my life and take all my time. I just know it. I just know. Now I have a hard limit. And tomorrow morning and Thursday morning I'm doing pages, because I really want to finish another chapter. I'm missing 3 pages of sketches, which is so easy to do. It's gonna be so quick. I say that and then watch it take me ages. And most of the backgrounds aren't that complicated, so I'm hoping I can finish it this week. Happens, it's the new game fever. Yeah. It really is. But I'm having so much fun. And I'm relearning so many things. Because when I first started playing Genshin, I read most of the tutorials, but I didn't really understand. Because I didn't know how the game worked overall. I was only vaguely aware of it. And so a lot of things I just didn't really get. And then I forgot because I took like 6 months, a 6-month break. And then I forgot all this. And now that I'm starting from the beginning, reading all the information on how to play that the game gives you, I'm like, oh, I can do this? That's so helpful. If only I'd known. It would have made my first game a lot easier. My partner played the new Assassin's Creed. Just finished it yesterday. And they don't really have an interest in the whole... There's a whole thing where you have like a camp, a place that you can decorate and do things in. They don't care about that. And they told me like, oh, to get the trophies, I probably need to like decorate it or set it up, and I'll let you do it. I was like, sure. I haven't done it already, but it reminded me of the teapot in Genshin, which is not something I really focused on. Like, I have the teapot, I did the quest, and I put a few things in there, but not a lot of them. And now I'm excited to get it again and decorate it and make it nice. That would be my favorite part of the game. It is so fun. Especially when you have like a little space specifically just for you that goes well with the rest of the world, but that's just like, this is my spot and I do anything I want in that specific spot. I think it's different than like a game like maybe The Sims or something, where you do the entire thing yourself. Which I like as well, but it's different. I love decorating and character customization. It's so fun. Especially when there's lots of options. They added one of those in Sky Children of the Light and everyone went crazy for it. I've never played that one. But good decision. We need more little camp mechanics. For the teapot, I always found it a bit finicky, but I think I did most of it on the PlayStation, and it's gonna be a lot easier on the computer to like place stuff and make it look nice. It's gonna be easier. It's a fun, chilled game. It's nice to play blind for the first time playthrough on your own, then do it online. Okay, I'm gonna... It's a bug. I'm gonna write it down and I'll look into it. Ow. There's so many games I want to play, but it takes me so long. And then I feel bad because I'm not working. So for Genshin, it's like a compromise of it's a stream, so it counts as working, even though it really doesn't. I have a friend who keeps asking me when I'm gonna play Valorant, and the answer is never. But they keep asking, it's really fun. My ability to aim anything in games is terrible. So playing something where you have to shoot other players sounds like a nightmare. Oh, it is missing. Is it gonna work or is it gonna look awful? Let's see. Okay, there's one thing I don't like already. I think it's good to take breaks because it helps keep your creativity happy and healthy. Like it's a muscle, so you obviously need rest days. But it also recharges you by giving it stories and new ideas in the mix. I know, I'm very bad at that. Very, very bad at that. I'm trying to like, I'm not gonna say schedule, but give myself time to do that. And like pick specific time where I'm just not gonna be doing anything. But kind of difficult so far. Okay, what mostly doesn't work is the front. Like the part that's on top of the face. I don't know. Did it work better in the sketch or did I just... No, okay. Honestly, I don't have it in me to fix it right now. I will do that another time. The rest I'm pretty happy with. I think it looks fine. Most of it doesn't look great, but good enough. Yeah, don't worry, I've been saving regularly. I'm kind of paranoid about losing stuff. Because my first year of school, we had a Photoshop class to like draw. And the friend I had sitting next to me would just never save. Even if I told her like click save right now. And once at the end of the class, she closed the program and didn't realize she hadn't saved her work and she lost 2 hours of work in a second. And I've been just saving everything very often since then. Cause I'm like, I'm not having that. That cannot happen to me. I'm pretty lucky when it comes to like crashes and stuff. It usually works fine. But closing the program accidentally is very likely. All right, I'm done for today. I'm thinking, because I'm tired. I'm gonna go make lunch. I'm gonna put up. Happened to me once while I was working in Maya. Oh my god! And the file corrupted. had to do everything over again because I didn't have an extra save. So now I always have 2 copies of my work. Oh my god. That's the worst. That's the worst. Especially when it's for something so complex and so annoying like Maya. And you know it's gonna take you a million years to redo everything. It was hard enough the first time. We didn't have that. We made the teacher made us do the autosave thing on Maya. Like it was the very first thing. First day of class, it was like, this is how you set up the autosave. And this is where you find the files. I never needed it, but it was a good thing to have for others. Oh man, I don't miss working on Maya. Alright. I have a cute little panel for this. Haven't configured the music, so ignore the silence. I'm gonna be streaming again tomorrow. I'm gonna do comic pages, and then on the afternoon I'm gonna do Genshin, but only on Twitch. And same thing on Thursday. Comic in the morning and Genshin in the afternoon. And Genshin is only on Twitch. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye!